Hi everyone, it's Ayesha from God FM, and I just want to let you know that one person really can change the world, right? If you're listening to me, you really can change the world, okay? Everything you say, other people are going to listen to, and then they're going to say it too, right? Okay. So I think it was last year, um, or early this year actually, when I started to have some really horrible things appear on my phone, child eaters and all this. And these people who are, stalking and hacking me and doing the home invasions, I come to know are child eaters and dealers of adrenochrome and blood drinkers. And by talking about it, more and more people are talking about the elite because this is all run by the elite who are paedophile, blood drinking, psychopath, child eaters. And I've just been on Mark Steele's Telegram and he calls them baby butchers. Just like, you know, I mean, how much more do we need to do before the public at large say, you know what, we're not going to even watch TV anymore. We don't want anything to do with our governments or anything to do with the education system, the hospitals. We all go on strike. Now, I'm not talking a strike for a day. I'm just talking where you just go, gloves are off, tools are down, and this is a fight for our freedom, where everything stops. You stop going to work, you stop paying the bills, you stop everything until this country or the rest of the world gets things together. There's been a few people who've suggested doing a day strike. I think the best thing you can do is to do a strike, permanent strike. And a strike of no action, not participating in this system. For example, I had a company's house email me, can you please provide your digital ID? I'm not providing digital ID. You have to give me alternative means of providing my identity. I don't want to participate in the digital system, thank you. And if we all start doing our bit and saying no, for example, I don't have a phone anymore. People say, oh, can I ring you? Well, you can try. Good luck with that. I put my SIM card into another device to take phone calls. I can't use the SIM card to make phone calls because then I'd have to put credit on it, and that would mean I'd have data, and that would mean that the psychopath, blood drinking child eaters would be able to convince my phone to do things and torture me using the data, pretending that it's my Wi-Fi and things like this. And these are the things I've got. So I can't have a telephone number. And the telephone numbers I do have get taken over. They're completely cloned. All phones are cloned. So I basically don't have a phone. When I go out, I don't take a phone with me. And I'd say to people, "Oh, sorry, you can't reach me while I'm out. I don't have a phone." It's ridiculous. And have you noticed all the phone boxes don't work anymore? They're defibrillators. Are they defibrillators? Yeah, to pump people's hearts after they've had their vaccines. Mark Steele was going on about the metals on one of the videos. It was one that he had on his platform. And there was a guy who said, oh, watch out, because when this comes, it's all about the metals in your body. And once that's activated, it's all through 5G. Okay. For those of you who know who I am, you know what I'm talking about, right? Okay. So I recommend you get some bentonite clay, and this will suck the metals out of your body as well. But also, I suggest that you start to siphon all liquids that you drink, because we just don't know what they're doing. I mean, with the food, again, it's tricky because I don't know what we're eating. at all. I think it's getting a bit like Daniel in the Bible when Nebuchadnezzar captured us, because they were doing sacrifices of the animals to the gods and things. So Daniel just ate vegetables in the end. But even the vegetables are being tampered with. There's all sorts of weird stuff going on. I don't know what's safe to eat. It's not even safe to breathe. It's actually getting to the point where I'm actually thinking of wearing a mask to stop myself from being able to breathe the nano in. Because I don't want to be changed into a transhuman freak. This is like Frankenstein, isn't it? This is like a horror film. This is happening in the world. Everybody needs to wake up. Okay? Like, I had problems with the water, so I called the water board. Could they find anything? No. Suddenly the water's not so bad. But, what I'm saying is, everything you've been told is a lie. Like, for example, cigarettes. I smoke. I don't want to pay £15 a fucking packet of cigarettes. Excuse my French. I'd rather buy them cheaply. Yeah? I don't want to pay through the nose for things that shouldn't cost a bomb. It's only because the English people want to tax me. Mr. King Charles, who also worships Allah and doesn't care about his people at all. He wants to annihilate you all. Yeah? And he wants to make sure that everybody who smokes cigarettes has to pay a big price for a packet of cigarettes. There was a shop that used to sell cheap cigarettes. They got shut down by the police for criminal activity. You see, I don't think it's criminal. Why is it criminal to sell cheap cigarettes? Why? Why is it? It's because we're not going to pay your taxes. Your criminal, highly advanced taxes, which is funding a child-eating, blood-drinking, sick, underground trafficking of people and the annihilation of the human race with the 5G, investing every damn bit of money you have into 5G and the annihilation of the human race, spraying us like bugs, making us all pay through the nose to eat, taxing us left, right and centre, making sure the food's so expensive, making sure that it's contaminated, making sure that we're breathing in things, we're drinking weird stuff, and our children have got weird perverted men flashing their willies in front of our children. Transgender, pretending to be women going into public toilets. Yuck! What on earth is happening with this country? Why aren't you arresting real criminals? That's what I think. Like the people who invade my home whenever I go out. Why don't the police do anything about that? They want to make sure that they catch you for speeding and give you a fine because you're driving too fast. And there's some busybodies who'd also like to fine you if you play your music too loud. Have you noticed? Yeah. You know what? They should go and live in a cage. Because they like being caged in. Have you heard about Oxford? Soon you won't be able to leave Oxford. The country, England, is about to be destroyed. And we need to do something. Yeah. Look, if I want to buy a pair of Ray-Bans, they're expensive, right? If I buy a knockoff pair of Ray-Bans, Ray-Bans will not be happy with that. And they'll shut down somebody who's doing fake Ray-Bans. Okay. Well, I'm a real woman. Okay? And I don't like any knockoffs. And as far as I'm concerned, it's a breach of copyright and a breach of law. Copying, pretending, and committing fraud. Men pretending to be women. All of you are committing fraud, criminal activities, and you should be arrested. It's not a mental illness. You should be arrested for criminal activity committing fraud. That's what I think. So, there's a lot, I think about. Like, there was a guy on Telegram and he was saying he managed to bunk off school most of his education until one point where they started to notice, but he realized he was very good at forging his parents' signatures. What do you get as an education anyway? What's an education? It's an indoctrination. It's all about lies. It's so that the child-eating, blood-drinking psychopaths who run the world can continue to traffic, buy, sell, and look at your little children in the photographs and pick out which one they're going to go for next. Send in honeypot. Let's get that family just totally destroyed because that little girl's very pretty. And so, the leader of such and such a country would like to eat her after he's raped her. So put her on the list. Make sure terrorize the family until the child is in our custody. And then we can eat it and sacrifice it to the devil. And this is what we have. But make sure no one can buy any cigarettes cheaply. It's ridiculous. Have you noticed the reduced section? Nothing reduced. Hardly anything reduced. And if it is reduced, it's only slightly reduced. Everything's so expensive now. This is what we're dealing with because AI is taking over. The robots are coming, guys. And I'm talking Terminator style. And you need to be prepared for that as well. Plus, don't forget about the invasion of England with all the foreign people. And all the rubbish that's being thrown in the rivers. And their little animals, your pets are being cooked outside in the gardens and in the car parks by the foreign people for dinner. Yay. This is what we're dealing with. And now little children are going to nursery and they're being educated at the same place as the foreigners who go to the same little children's primary schools to learn English. These big grown men who have no respect for women, and in their culture, marrying a 6-year-old and fucking her until she's dead is acceptable. And this is the country of England, and our king worships Allah and supports this kind of genocide of the human race. Women are treated like meat, and any man can do whatever they like. If you're on holiday in Turkey and you get raped as a woman, it'll be you that gets arrested if you get raped. Because it'll be your fault. Because you look too pretty. Or your skirt's too short. And you tempted the man too much. It's your fault. Seriously, you need to know what's coming to England. And I can't believe that people are not up in arms. What we need to do is we need to go down to the king's castle. And we need to storm down the front door. And we need to take the throne. And we need to take things back. Before AI comes in. Because this guy is annihilating us, and he's telling us that he's going to annihilate us. By the way, King Charles is the kingpin of the whole damn thing, right? So if you take him out, then we can probably get through the rest of it. Right? Okay. So, it's Ayesha from God FM, and I'm just talking about all of these things, right? Frequencies. Radiation. I take electrical items apart, right? And you'd be amazed what's inside these items. Have you ever taken an electrical item apart, like a radio? You should. You should do it. Or a microwave. Or a washing machine. Or a fridge even. and just find out what's inside. Or better still, you know those big plugs that go on routers? Have you ever taken one of those apart? You seen what's inside it? You'd be amazed. So much stuff in a plug. Ooh. Anyway. Everything around you, it's like a Venus flytrap. You know what a Venus flytrap is? So it's a beautiful flower. Really pretty. It smells gorgeous. And then the fly flies in, and the flower eats the fly. Yeah. So that's what England is like now. It's like a Venus flytrap. Yeah. That's what I think of England. And it's everybody's quite happy. But we're just like the fly, about to be eaten against our will. Okay. Have a great day. It's Ayesha from God FM. If you want to find me, you can find me on Podbean, Spotify, Amazon, Samsung, Chrome, YouTube, Apple, X, as well as TikTok. And you can email me, admin@godfm.org.uk. And you can WhatsApp me, +44 777 355 But don't forget what I was saying. Yeah. Talk about this to everybody. Okay? Don't be frightened, because everybody is starting to be aware of it. Yeah. I'm not frightened of talking about it. Like my parcel didn't arrive. Apparently it arrived in a porch. I don't have a porch. And I don't have a door the same color as it was delivered to. So this is what the child-eating, blood-drinking psychopaths do when they don't want me to get my post, right? They always write that it was delivered to a porch. I don't have a porch. So anyway, when I went to go and check with the neighbors, have you had it? They went, no. I said, oh, it's probably with the child-eating, blood-drinking psychopaths. Yeah. Adrenochrome dealers, because that's what they are. Everyone who participates in this, you're facilitating the torturing of children so that the elite can drink their blood to look younger. You're sacrificing your own families. That's what you're doing. That's why Celine Dion is suffering. Doesn't look so great anymore because she can't get a fill of drugs. If they keep eating humans, they get kuru, and then they start jittering and shaking and getting malfunctions. Because these are cannibals, right? You need to know this. Wake up. Have a good day. It's Ayesha from God FM. Take care.